Hey everybody, it's the Modern Native. It's going to be a long day and a long night because I got to rotate these fires around, rotate the blankets around the fires, and get everything dried out. So, it sucks, but it's a survival situation now because all this stuff is literally solid. There's no way we're going to be able to survive another night without drying this stuff out, so we're going to dry it out, get it lightweight so we can pack up the sleds and move out. When things get wet and muddy, gotta go dry it out again. So yeah, got everything hanging back up again. About to start a fire. Look at this. That's a blanket, for the record. Like. So we ran into a small issue. It doesn't want to zip anymore, no matter how we do it. And the bottom zipper, the bottom zipper is completely broke off. It's in my pocket right now. So we had to improvise. Our hot tent, which apparently can't handle freezing weather, because once the zippers froze a little bit, because you can only get it so hot in there that water will still build up on the bottom and form ice on the teeth of the zipper. And so when we pull it down, apparently as it went, it started degrading this part in the middle. It started getting these check marks all up it. And then the teeth started separating and it started not holding the zip. And we can't exactly have the hot tent trying to have the wood stove going and not have something for, keeping the heat in. With the door wide the fuck open, as it is, having the little doggy door in the bottom keeps it, losing heat. But we had to improvise and wrap a tarp around it. So, yeah. We've got it wrapped around and bungeed underneath the fireproofing, so it's not trying to put it too close to the tent. I'm hoping it hasn't touched inside at all. So I made sure that the tension wasn't too tight. If you guys remember that black webbing from when I built the bushcraft shelter that we lived in for a year, that webbing has a really soft elasticity to it. So using that and the tent rope that wraps up the tent to go into the bag, we managed to have a nice little rigging to be able to keep enough tension on it to keep it up, but not enough to collapse it inside. So, and then we still have a slightly bigger doggy door for the fat butt. But had to improvise, had to figure it out. So on top of our hot tent breaking, all of our bedding, most of our clothing being literally frozen solid, and half of it coated in mud. Temperatures are dropping, and we have no snow. So it's actually harder to move with the dog sleds without snow, because that cuts down the friction, lifts us off of the debris and everything, so it just makes it a smoother run. And on top of that, we have absolutely no funds. I just got a small donation from Mrs. J. Fox Hunters. Thank you for that. We really appreciate it. And I'm able to go and get dog food. But other than that, we've got nothing and nothing coming in right now. So I've been trying to push and promote my Patreon and my merchandise and my fire starter kits, my ebooks and all that, but I haven't wanted to bombard the videos with that, because you guys know I hate asking on videos and interrupting the information flow and the story and everything. So if anybody would like to check those things out, it's in the description. I'd really appreciate it, and it helps support us a long way. Also, we do have lines for accepting donations through Cash App and PayPal. Anything helps, and it helps us along with our journey and helps us get gear and supplies and food. We appreciate everything everybody does, and every little bit helps. Let's stay. Were you challenging the stick? Alrighty then. So the temperatures have been dropping fast. Last night it was 12 degrees, and that sucked. But right now we've been camping separately. I've got Demon over in a little shelter with me, and Mrs. Native has the boys, Creature and Monstar, just in the hot tent with her. We've been doing that so that way they can acclimate themselves to each other, and we're separated but not too far apart. I want them to get used to their smells and their sights and get used to the fact that they are going to be part of the family. It's just going to be easier doing it that way because can't have them being too, trying to think of the word, not aggressive, but just rough with each other around the tent, because they can make it collapse, drop the wood stove on us and stuff, and that's just not a good situation. So we need to do it step by step, moving each other closer, so that way we can have a good sled dog team going and get the pack together. And Demon has needed some one-on-one training for a bit to be able to work through some of his issues. So we've been visiting each other at each other's camps and hanging out. She's been spending time with me and Demon and hanging out with him. We've been coming over here together, cooking and doing stuff. We're still camping together, but camping separately right now. So she's been trying to stay warm. That flood out really froze us out, and she hasn't gotten her core temperature up very well. I had to build a big fire trying to dry out the blankets and got her warmed up. But it sucks. With her being anemic and everything, it makes it harder. But you've been managing. You've been surviving, doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
It's just a process.
Yes, it is.
So one of the things I hate most about camping out in the cold, all of your drinks turn into a slushy. Unless you happen to have some vodka, which we had a little bit for a little bit there, but not anymore. If you have some liquor or alcohol or something, you can throw a shot in a bottle and it keeps it from freezing. It's not enough to like mess you up or anything or mess with your abilities, but it's enough to keep it from freezing so you can actually, crack open a soda and grab a drink and not have it, turn to slush when the carbonated water breaks. Yeah. What's that monster? Dim ears. How's it going, my boy?
Careful.
Watch the wood stove.
Mm. I was burping in people's faces.
Yeah. So, there hasn't been enough sun to charge our portables and keep our phones charged and everything, so I've been needing to walk down into town to charge up our devices. And it's like 7-mile round trip. So I've been hitchhiking like I used to. So far no one's picked me up this time. It's weird. I'm not sure why. Haven't been able to figure it out. Probably because I'm not wearing my modern native headdress, but I don't know. I've got to go get dog food anyway, so I've got to walk down, go charge, and go and pick up dog food, and then walk that all the way back. It's the worst part, is the dog food, because it's so heavy. So, I'm sorry I haven't posted much, haven't uploaded much in the last week or so. It's been really busy, a lot of back and forth to town, a lot of trying to figure things out, get things dry, and be able to get the sleds loaded up and moved around and stuff. And we've been having to move camp in between time anyway, so it has not made things any easier. And it's just been a lot. I have to make sure I get everything dry before we load up the sleds, because the blankets combined weigh like 120 pounds when they're wet or more, so I can't have it like that. I did the math. The dogs can pull a combined 500 pounds comfortably. when Demon is full grown, he can actually pull almost 450 by himself. So we're pretty sure he's actually a King Shepherd. Looking at his physical traits and everything else, we're pretty sure that's what he is, and he is huge. So I need to be able to dry that out and be able to get it lighter so the dogs can actually pull it and we can get everything loaded up the way we want to, and I can show you guys that video and everything. But it's just been a lot of walking to town, a lot of doing fires to try to thaw out blankets and dry them out. It's a really hard process, but it is what it is. Gotta do what we gotta do to survive and be able to live comfortably. The tent messing up is kind of a moment. I was thinking it would last longer than a couple of months, so, but unfortunately the weather had other ideas, put it that way. So unfortunately, as the situation stands, Christmas is canceled. We don't really have any food, and the donation I just got was shy of just 25 bucks, just shy of it after transfer costs. But I have to go and get dog food. They come first, so it's what we need to do. I got to get a nice big bag so it'll last them a few weeks, and then we'll figure it out from there. But we don't have any food for ourselves for Christmas. We don't have a Christmas dinner set up. We don't really have much of anything. We're just trying right now just to get things dry so that way we can stay warm. If we can stay warm for Christmas, that's about as much as we can hope for right now. We have that propane heater, but we don't have any more propane because that's just expensive. That 4-pack was almost 20 bucks. Couldn't believe it. But a big thank you again to Skip. If you guys remember Skip from when we were hiking the Northville Lake Placid Trail, up around Woods Lake, and just before I almost died up at Rock Lake, froze to death, but it is what it is. He came around a few weeks ago and bought us some supplies and gear, but it only lasted so long. Actually surprised how fast that heater goes through the propane. The 1-pound cylinders only last, like, if you're lucky, 3 hours. It doesn't want to run on low, so it burns through it super fast because you got to keep it like halfway to high, and that's kind of really crappy. But in the cold, the propane condenses anyway and it burns faster, and it's just like so it's a struggle, and we're trying to figure it out. But that was a gift. That was an early Christmas gift for Mrs. Native, so that way she could use it when she needed to stay warm while she was trying to start the fire by herself. But unfortunately, with everything getting soaked and getting flooded out, we just went through it super fast because she couldn't get fires started. I couldn't get a fire started, and it was just too much going on. Everything kind of hit us super fast. We weren't expecting it, and well, I can't say we weren't expecting it because, we were, but I wasn't expecting that spot to get flooded out. It looked like a good spot. Everything looked cool. Didn't seem like an issue. Should have realized in hindsight there was too much moss. There was too much moss on the ground, so I should have known that there was too much moisture in the area. I wasn't thinking. I was really preoccupied trying to figure things out. And we had just gotten Demon, so I was trying to set up the camp, get ready for that, and move that camp, and we got the pattern down now, and we're almost conjoined into one camp, so we're getting there. But unfortunately, like I said, Christmas is canceled as of right now. But other than that, I wanted to talk to you guys while I was walking to town, just because to show you guys, like, I legit have to walk for miles to get down into town to charge and go to the store and stuff. So I do hitchhike every time somebody goes through, but there's not a lot of traffic. So, and even when there is, nobody has even slowed down. A couple of people have even swerved to hit me, try to hit my hand for some reason with their mirror, I swear. But I've got a good sense of awareness for if they're too close. But it is what it is. And I know this one kind of, even to me, it feels like a kind of a complaining video, but I'm trying to update you guys and explain to you guys the full scope of how we live and the situation and everything, and just the things that we have to deal with and what we do to survive and make do. I just wanted to kind of share more of the story, share more of what we do in the day-to-day. And during my poll, people said they're interested in that, but I also tried to include some informational stuff, like quick patch fix on how you can get a tarp to cover a hot tent door if it doesn't work, or most tents that configuration would work. I don't need it to block out rain. I needed it to block out the cold, because hopefully we're done with rain now. Hoping. I really want some snow. About to figure out if there's a snow dance. But I hope everybody has a great holiday season. I do hope you guys have just a good Christmas, good New Year's. I'm going to try to upload more, and we're getting into a better signal area as soon as we're able to get stuff, you know, thawed out and dried and be able to pack up the sled and go. Right now we're stutter stepping it, but tomorrow we're moving, but I will show you guys that as soon as I can get it uploaded. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned. Alrighty, everybody. Till next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.